Hello everybody and welcome back to Asagao Academy Normal Boots Club. Today we're going to be a little bit quiet, a little bit more chilled back. I don't think I'm going to be making any voices. Simply because it is currently 1:20 a.m. and I'm recording this. It's only going to be like this for the next 20 minutes. The next episode should be all good. I just totally blanked on recording this week, so I'm recording it now. Hopefully it'll be out at the proper time. Anyways, let's get going. I waited for Mai to come to class, wanting desperately to tell her what happened. But when the bell rang and Miss Shizuka started teaching, Mai still hadn't come. Class came and went. The bell rang and I was alone. PBG stared at me for the entirety of the class period, his face growing more and more menacing by the minute. How his face wasn't stuck in a perma-frown, I would never know. Shane and John didn't bother talking to me, as they left the classroom and the other students paired up around me. Hey Mimi, would you like to engage in a casual discourse this evening? Yeah, of course. But why are you talking like that? I gathered up my things and headed to the dorm. Apparently we didn't get an answer to that question. With a sigh, I unlocked the door to my dorm room. As soon as the door opened, I heard...
Hana! What?
Mai and I lay in a heap on the floor. I'm so glad you're back. She wrapped around. I'm just fucking up all over the place. She wrapped her arms around my head and nuzzled me. What are you doing? Come, look. She got off me and helped me to my feet. Without Mai's face filling my vision, I saw something had changed. Oh my goodness. The dorm room looked nothing like what it had before. I swear this looks an awful lot like what it had before. I swear. The posters and fairy lights were still up, but now the windows had light pink curtains on it, and cast a warm haze around the room. A brand new white carpet was on the floor. I don't see a white carpet anywhere. Pillows were piled high in a mountain on the top bunk of the bed. I swear those were there. Even our chairs had been replaced with new cushy leather ones. Well, that's just a lie. Maybe this one, but not this one. What happened here? Sorry, I didn't tell you, but I wanted to surprise you. I thought this would come in yesterday, but it was delayed by a day. I wanted to set it up to be a big surprise. I'm still not done yet, though. She gestured to some small potted plants arranged in neat rows on her desk. Wanna help?
Yeah.
Do I ever? We finished setting the room up, switching a few objects here and there in order to better facilitate the feng shui, which Mai told me was excruciatingly important. She especially wanted to make sure our room was filled with reds and pinks and coupled items, though for what purpose I wasn't sure. We collapsed with heavy sighs on the floor, then heaved great big yawns. It's not even the end of the day yet, and I'm so tired. Me too. Truly, the words of someone who has never worked an honest day in their life. Wait. Sorry, not an honest day's work, labor-intense day's work. I think that's a better word for it. She shot up suddenly with a jolt. We should get some ice cream.
Really?
Ice cream?
Yeah!
Yeah, something to celebrate being roommates. The ice cream here on campus is genuinely good, I promise.
I don't know.
And I'm paying. Well, if that's the case, you made an offer I can't refuse. Sweet, let's go. The school shop was in a side building off the cafeteria, packed with instant noodles and giant bottles of soda. Students wandered the aisles aimlessly, clearly here more to spend time than money. I paid the cashier and we grabbed our ice cream cones. Mine the one covered in sprinkles. Well, this is delicious.
Yeah!
Isn't it? We're lucky to have such good food on campus. This place would be awful if we didn't. I nodded and was about to respond when I noticed a commotion outside. Oh, let's see what's going on. Mine grabbed my arm and dragged me outside. There, 3 boys wearing normal boots jackets were shouting at each other, each of their faces turning purple. This again?
What?
What are you talking about?
Mamma mia!
Oh, good. I am clearly the one who possesses the proper masculine form. Yeah, right, I'm taller than you and more attractive to boot. But he's not taller than him.
Rump.
Come on, guys. Can you not see these muscles? He's got some pretty big muscles. Nick pulled back the sleeve of his jacket and flexed his arm. I'm sorry. Let's go back. Nick pulled back the sleeve of his jacket and flexed his arm. These guys always go on about weird stuff like this. They're really very energetic. Oh yeah. Josh got into the Josh got into the downward facing dog yoga pose and grinned. And Josh got down into the downward facing dog yoga pose and grinned. Yeah, great, good. Look at this butt. Just look at this. What I don't understand is why they don't just ask Jared. Oh yeah. Paul leaned low to the ground, then took off in a sprint, heading straight for us.
Yeah!
Check this out. Ah, goddammit. Paul kneeled low on the ground, then took off in a sprint, heading straight for us.
Yeah!
Yeah. He sprang into the air in a graceful ballerina's limp. A ballerina's limp, yes. A ballerina's leap, spinning through the sky, and finally came straight for me. Oh, okay, good. When I opened my eyes, I was spraught. I'm just fucking up. Left, right, and center here. I was sprawled flat on the ground, covered in dirt. Something cold and wet oozed into the top of my blouse. Hannah, are you okay? I sat up. Chunks of ice cream fell from my blouse to my skirt. What happened?
Ah!
You ran into someone, you idiot. My uniform, it's ruined. For a few seconds, silence, then snickers rippled around me like the whining of cicadas. My throat close up, water stinging my eyes. No, not this, not again. I stood up, prepared to walk away with dignity, when the entirety of the Normal Boots Club suddenly appeared in front of my face.
What's up?
What happened here? Seriously? Seriously? Tears slid down my face. No, not here. I didn't want to cry in front of them.
Hey.
Hannah, are you alright? I'm going home.
Hannah.
Wait, Hannah. It's fine. I just want to be alone forever now. It took all of my will not to run back to the dorm. I immediately changed into my pajamas and climbed into bed, reaching for my stuffed rabbit. What am I gonna do if this just ends up like last time? This girl's over-emotional as fuck. Or she's got some mental issues. Oh no, I spilled ice cream on myself. What am I gonna do? Mr. Bunny stared at me with his big, lifeless eyes. I squished him to my chest, losing myself in his soft fur. The door opened with a soft click. That's a little bit of a... I don't like that.
Hannah.
Hannah, are you okay? I rolled over in bed to face the wall, pretending to be asleep. Mai stood in the center of the room for a while, looking at me. I knew that because reasons, despite me being faced away from her. Finally, she sat down at her desk and began to work on something. The sound of a pencil scratching against the paper stifled my mind, stilled my mind. Shut up. I don't know how many hours passed, but eventually I fell asleep. I woke up to my alarm beeping, feeling only dread of the hours to come. After the nightmare that was the ice cream incident yesterday, I never wanted to take another step out of my room. I curled up inside my blankets. As my alarm went off, it was only the second day of school. Oh, as my alarm went off, period, next sentence. It was only the second day of school, and I felt the same as I did every morning at home. Mai, of course, was already up, and I could hear her hair straighten or clap shut every few seconds from across the room. I felt bad about letting the alarm go off for so long, so I slid my hand out of the covers to switch it off. Hannah, get up, sleepyhead. I know you're awake. I didn't even have time to poke my head out before Mai's body slammed into the edge of my mattress, bouncing me up. She jumped from almost halfway across the room.
Morning.
You can't hide from Mai. Sorry. I was breathless and I paused to calm my heart before speaking again. Are you worried about what happened yesterday? No one cares about it, Hannah. I almost forgot about it myself. She must have seen my face. She brought an arm around my shoulder and pulled me closer to her. For real though, we gotta go to class, and no one's even gonna mention that you made a huge fool of yourself yesterday. Yes, by getting hit by a person that was running towards her, she made a fool out of herself. Flawless logic. I mean, I guess, unless she's referring to her running away crying, then yes, that was very foolish. Although I don't know if it was foolish or just really weird. I'd say weird. Weird's probably a good word to use. For real though. Okay, yeah, whatever. You could have put that better. I'm kidding. It might have been a big seam, but it totally wasn't your fault. It was Paul, alright. Well, yeah, there you go. That's making more sense. When you jump, you have to calculate your trajectory, like I just did now. You could learn a lot from a master like me. Get dressed and cheer up. I could bottle your gloom and sell it to a wizard. And what if he used it for evil? You can't let that happen, Hannah. You can't let me bottle your hatred. Her smile was wide enough to bridge a gap between continents. The beginning of tears pricked the back of my eyes, but this time they were for a different reason. I opened my closet and tried to avoid looking at the sad lump of clothing inside, slathered with dried-up ice cream. I only had 2 uniforms, which cost my dad an entire month's salary. Holy fucking shit. If I wasn't able to get the stain out of this uniform, what would I do? Sighing, I took my second uniform off its hanger and slipped it on as my waiting impatiently for me. Sighing, I took my second uniform off its hanger and slipped it on as my waiting impatiently for me. That's not just me, right? That's not a proper sentence. Ready to go? I guess so.
Yeah!
Good. Just as Mai said. Fuck's sakes. Just as Mai said, no one paid any special attention to me. Well, there were a few odd looks here and there, but nothing nearly as bad as what I was expecting. As the lecture went on, my anxiety for the most part faded. I took to staring out the window to avoid eye contact. A few boys, sorry for that very awkward slurp. A few boys were out on the field playing soccer. Wait, is that PBG? I scooted closer, trying to get a better look. Hannah. At the sound of my name, I leaped to action. If there is something more interesting outside than samurai death battles, please feel free to enlighten us. You came here to learn, not to contemplate the scenery. No, I don't think there is anything outside more interesting than samurai death battles. It's pretty up there as far as interesting goes. Or maybe not, you know. Yeah, yes, Miss Shizuka, I'm sorry. She turned back to the chalkboard and continued her lecture as if nothing had happened. A few desks in front of me, a guy sitting next to Brutal Moose turned around and gave me a flashy thumbs up. It's, what's his name? It starts with a Y. Sorry, I just don't really watch your content. I made a face at him, unsure of exactly what he expected me to do. Then Ian turned around and socked him in the head. The other guy mumbled something to him, probably apologizing. Ian's eyes slid to me for a brief instant. Then he looked away. Were they looking at me because of what happened yesterday, or was there some other reason? I shook my head. There wasn't time for this. I had work to do if I wanted to keep my scholarship. After pages and pages of notes on Japanese history, it was nearly time for lunch. Okay, everyone is almost free to go. The work tonight isn't so hard, so don't grumble. You should work together to complete it if you have a hard time. Also, as you may be aware, the Flower Festival is coming up in a week and a half. The news was met with a few cheers as everyone started to pack up. Since you have the day of the festival off, our first exam will be the day before. There were no cheers this time. Romance is wonderful. Believe me, I know. But try not to let the vegetable distract you. But try not to let the festival distract you, okay? That's all. I'll see you tomorrow. Miss Shizuka flashed a peace sign and winked as she walked out the door. What a weird teacher. Sounds like a pretty good teacher to me. That lecture was so boring. Mai walked beside me, a tray in her hands. We were shuffling through the cafeteria, trying to find a seat. Didn't you say that yesterday? Probably, but it's true for today, too.
Hana.
Hannah, help me. I'm gonna die of boredom. We have an assignment to keep us busy, Mai.
What?
We already have work to do? How did you not hear that? Mai sighed dramatically, then leaned to the side and rested her head against the crook of my neck. I reached up to pat her head for a few times, but she straightened before I could do it. Oh my god. Hannah, Paul's walking over here. He's looking at you. Does he look angry? Does he look angry to you? Why is he coming over here? Do you think he's gonna kick you again? And with that, my friends, this video has concluded. If you would, like, comment, subscribe, do all that social media garbage. And yeah. If you want, you can dislike, but if you dislike, I would really, really appreciate it if you could give some criticism underneath the video. That would be wonderful. Anyways, thank you everybody for watching. I am the Morbid Hobo. Goodbye.